Hello, everyone. I am just finishing up all the little things you have to do to get a live stream going. So I'll be there in just a minute. Okay, that looks all good. Wait 1 second. What did that say? It's been raining since yesterday afternoon. We have had rain off and on, and hard rain yesterday. It rained real good yesterday, which is good. We've needed it. Oh, that's what is it. Okay. Now I've got hi Terry, hi Mary, hi Nancy. I'm trying to fix my camera, guys, so it doesn't try to focus. It doesn't want to open for some unknown reason. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now I think I got it. Hi, Susie's Craft Room and T. I think I said Terry, Mary, Nancy, T, Susie's Craft Room. Hi, everybody. And Linda and Nashua. I'm sorry if I'm a few minutes late. Oh, blast. My scissors aren't here. I'll be right back. You know, when you have one favorite pair of scissors and two places you sit, you tend to take them off to somewhere else. Hi, Sherry. I'm just gonna get these trimmed up. These are ones I made the other day. These are for our napkin journal project. And if you came in without reading, just so y'all know, I'm not prepared today. So I'm going to do a little journal page in our little journal, and I'm going to just work with whatever I've got here. But I'm not going to try to do our Totally Junk Journal project because I've just had a couple of days where things just didn't seem to get accomplished the way they should. I got a call Friday morning. Mom's kitchen sink was backed up. Well, you know, really and truly, I didn't fix it. Jeff spent all day trying to fix it. We can't fix it, and of course, it was a holiday, so I couldn't get a. I tried a couple of plumbers. Couldn't get a plumber. So I agree, Linda. I hope everyone's been well and having a good holiday weekend. We're just having, you know, normal, everyday, not doing much of anything weekend, but trying to accomplish the things that we need to accomplish. You know how that goes. And like I said, of course, Mom's house is getting to be too much for us to take care of, too. Hi, Nina. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Mindy. You're always late. Susie, you know, I'm not always late, but I try not to be late because I also know that even if I turn on and go live at noon, precisely at noon for me, that means that you guys, it doesn't show for you for a couple of minutes. So that's just the way it works. Hi, Sharon. I hope I didn't miss anybody in there. I hope everybody's doing okay. Yeah, painty paper over here still. My desk was still a disaster from Thursday. I had my whole plan for Friday just, you know, went down the tubes with the sink and everything. And now Monday's going to go down the tubes because I'm going to have to try to get the plumber. So, hi, Becky. Just popped in to say hello. Are you at the cabin or down at the house? And how is Greg doing? Well, that's a good thing, Mina. A cup of tea to enjoy everyone to the max. That sounds like a plan. We did get the garden beds a little further along, which is, that's a good thing. There's not enough dirt. Jeff's going to have to go get more dirt. I helped for a little while. Jeff's done all the work. Greg tested negative. Oh, thank goodness, Becky. I'm really glad for that. The only problem is new stove installed so we can cook and won't have to go out for food. Well, that's even better. I'm really glad for that, Becky. I'm glad to hear that. So back at the cottage, okay. Well, I wondered if you were going to try to drive this weekend. I mean, it's not a good weekend to be on the road, at least as far as we're concerned. I mean, as much as we travel and have traveled in the past, holidays are times when we stay home or at least stay put. So she's going to leave us playing. Thank you, Mary. Leave me playing, Mom. She's going to water her flowers. We got lots of rain, so we don't have to water. Jeff we were talking about, we have a well in the backyard that's been capped since we moved in. It was, they apparently had it for the pool when they lived here. And we were talking about trying to get a pump and whatnot installed in it. And Jeff says he can't see the water and it looks like there's a pipe in it. So it's probably going to be one of those things that's not going to happen. So, down in yesterday? Okay. Guys, if you're here, would you do me a favor and give me a thumbs up? It will help. I'm going to do a page in my little journal, but I want to show you something that happened after Thursday. Thursday we were cleaning the jelly plate with this is carpet tape. So it's double-sided, sticky-backed carpet tape. And it always leaves just a little sticky. Hi, Lisa, dear. We're going to do our little journal now. You going to be able to play? Did your family go home? Mowed the house lawn Friday and this lawn today. Ugh, Becky. Whew. Yes, Becky, I agree with that. That was what I was thinking. Family has all left, and now I'm just going to sit there and relax. How about that? Well, that sounds good. And, okay, so Thursday, right at the end of our jelly plate play, we were cleaning our plate with this carpet tape. This is the very last one I did, and see, there was still stuff on it, and it's pretty. But it will, oh, good, Becky, that's awesome. And Lisa's going to play along too. Good. This carpet tape was still it had just that little bit of sticky on it. And Lisa made the comment that she would put some perfect pearls over it or something like that. Well, I decided to do an experiment and experiment. And I just painted it with my Mod Podge. And you can tell it's not sticky anymore, so I can just put these in an envelope to keep them until I want to use them, which is really cool. And I thought for my page today, I would use one of them and maybe see if I might cut it like washi tape, but I also might see if it'll punch. All I did was I just took my brush and the Mod Podge and painted over the top of it. Now this is freezer paper, so it was laying on this like this, so that if it got off the edge, because I really wanted to paint the whole edge. So it's great. I can put it up. I can put it in an envelope. There's some more pieces somewhere. They were across the room. So, but I'm loving this. This ought to be fun to play with. It will make fun borders, that kind of thing, because you won't have to glue it or do anything. You can just stick it down. So I'm going to do something with that today. Oh, see oh dear, my brayer's still laying here. I haven't even cleaned that up. I mean, that's how little I got done. Oh, Barbara's here. She survived. Fun but stressful. Okay, Lisa's going to be right back. I'm going to pick a page. And I'm going to tell you something. I have this wonderful, this beautiful, beautiful leaf that Barbara Clark sent me, and I Mod Podged it. So I might put that in my journal today too. We'll see. We'll see. What are we going to do? What page are we going to do? I really kind of want a relatively plain page because these have a lot of color in them. And I'd like the color to show up, so I may go for, oh, this might be fun because that one, the type ought to show through the tape some, so that might be a fun page to do. Let's see. Yep, I think that's the one I'm going to do. So let's see here. Okay. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is the 8th piece of paper. Yes, Mina, I would think sycamore leaves would work really well. I had Mod Podged it to try to use it on my jelly plate. Well, then I never did. I used the ones I hadn't Mod Podged. And so I think I want to use this one so that I can keep it and preserve it. Yeah, Sherry, the reason for the carpet tape is I didn't like the shiny side, so this way there's double stick. Oh, and look, that piece fits perfect. It may just get put on there as is. Yeah, I think it's going to. Let's find some wax paper. And yeah, that's almost exactly the right. So which one do I like the best? Which one do I want to put? This one's a little long. Oh, I can trim it off. I think I like the bits of color in this one. I must have had a lot of blue on my plate because that's what came off. Okay, so I just peeled the backing off. Oh, I love that. That is just awesome. Look at, you can see through the tape. It's not sticky. It's not shiny. It's nice and matte. I like that. Okay, now do I just want to put this on there? Do I want to put it on there with some of this? Oh, well, then a pile of gorgeous leaves, then that might just be exactly what you leave it like, Lisa, or Becky. Okay, so I don't know. I think that it's just gonna, I don't think I like that. I think I'm just gonna leave it like it is. Let's see if I can find a quote or something. Oh, I like this one. I think we're just gonna this is gonna be a really simple page, guys. Just 5 minutes. It's I've got this quote that was here from probably from last week's zine. It says, "A garden to walk in, an immensity to dream in. What more could he ask? A few flowers at his feet, and above him the stars." Victor Hugo. And if I cut that out, I'm dragging around today. Hi, Patricia. Gotta go, Susie. Okay, bye, hon. Thanks for popping in. Um, I can't remember what I was gonna say. I'm a little brain dead today too. I really am. I worked outside for 2 hours yesterday. I do not know how Jeff does it. I don't know how he does it. I was so totally and completely exhausted. Okay, so I'm going to ink this page before. Patricia, it is carpet tape. This was X-Fasten tape is the brand. It was just a roll of carpet tape. I had to order it because when I went to try to get it at Walmart, they didn't have it. It's just double stick carpet tape. And what I did was Thursday, right at the end of our jelly plate play, we were cleaning our plate off and got these beautiful tapes, and then I covered it with Mod Podge. Yes, Becky, it is so hot. That's just, it just wears me out. I don't know how he handles it. I really don't. He says he just starts sweating and keeps going, but boy, it just wears me out. But once I put Patricia, the jelly plate, you know, I had to, it still had a tackiness to it. It's not really sticky, but it's tacky. So I covered it with Mod Podge, and it's not shiny. It's kind of matte, and it's not sticky anymore. And I'm loving it. You can see through it. It's got, I like. So, but he decided, of course it's raining out, he decided not to go outside today, which is probably a good thing. For one, the shed is metal roofed, and the rain is just horribly loud when you go out there. So okay, bye, Terry. I did have a roll, but Jeff used it to try to put some stuff in the closets in the camper, and so I had to order a new roll, which is not a big deal. But I thought I had a roll of double-sided Gorilla Tape, but I couldn't find that either, so we must have used it up. I got enough to last a while, so that's what matters. Okay, I happen to like the back side of this leaf better than the front side. I love all its little veins and everything about it. And I think this is going to be one really simple page. It is, but I like it. Does it look too simple, guys? Yeah, Mindy, I imagine if you got it really, really dense. Hi, Maria. Does it look too simple? Okay, let's see here. I need this. Hello, Gail. Thanks, Barbara. I like it simple too. You know, sometimes they get too busy. Hi, Janet. Yeah, that's a good question. We don't have animals, so we don't. The neighbors were lighting everything up. I'll tell you what. We also, unfortunately, have a friend in the ER this morning, so we're kind of waiting on information from that. Sounded like it was going to be okay. Sounded like he went because he was a little worried, and I'm glad you're all here. I really am. It's really nice of y'all to be here. Okay. The only problem with Simple is that got this particular project done in a big hurry. Where's my glue? Oh. And for those of you who are joining or came in late, I am not doing a zine today. I'm not going to do my Totally Junk journal. I just am not prepared. Friday went sideways. Yesterday I had other chores. I couldn't get to it. And, the end of my glue bottle is all covered up. I'm not prepared, so I'm not going to do it. I decided I wasn't going to beat myself up about it. I was just going to do something else. So, mine laid on your feet under your desk. I wouldn't doubt it. So, all right. Let's see if we can get this to glue down without tearing it up. I think we will. I have put red leaves and other leaves under Mod Podge before, and they have stayed together pretty well. I sent one through the mail that way. It was on a piece of cardstock. It wasn't by itself. It was definitely on a piece of cardstock. Okay, we're going to just have to hold that down. I think we need a piece. So, no stress, just play. And that's kind of the way it's going to go today, guys. Oh, Sharon's here. Hi, Sharon. I couldn't get my act together. That's really what it was. You know how let's just, and it's been raining. That's just it. So now I really like that. I think it came out real cool. I love that you can see through this. And I think I've got, hello, Andrea. I think I've got like 4 or 5 more pieces. I told Lisa next time we jelly plate, I may have to just make a bunch of that just for, you know. Thank you guys. Thank you all. Yeah, we have. Oh, Thursday we were wondering where you've been, Andrea. We did, but thank you, Nancy. Thank you guys. Okay, so I think that's good, but it won't be able to be closed for a bit because it's, dang. Okay, got to date it, right? And today's date is July 5th. Okay. Yeah. It's also hot and sticky. Jeff went out the door this morning before it rained, and he said you can tell it's going to rain because it's like walking through water outside. Thank you, Linda. Oh, I get to go to the kitchen. I'm going to the kitchen with Janet. Oh, dear. Too fun. How many more pages do we have, guys? I better put something in there. Okay, let's see here. Well, we have these two and that one. So that's 3. We have these two. That's 5. Got to use fingers, you know. This one is 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 12. So that's 3 months, right? Oh, that might be very pretty, Mina. Let me see. I think I have some. Don't know what I've got, but I'm going to look. We'll see. I got something here recently. I specifically. So that it says it's gold, but Barbara, it's copper. It is fun, Patricia. I've really enjoyed this book, but I got this. I went after, what was it? Rub and Buff. I went after Rub and Buff. There was so much more per more in the package for what it was. So that's what I got. I'm trying to keep it very dry so I don't get too much. You have 3 months plus. Oh yeah, plus the inside covers. I hadn't thought about the covers. So we should be good for a good part of the rest of the year. Okay, let's, oops. Well, that's all right. Now then, though, I think it needs some around the edge of the paper. Okay, now here's the question. Did I put enough on there? Oh, did I get it? Did I get enough? That's, oh, well, since I got messy, we have to do a little messy up here. Okay, Mina, if you think I got enough, then we're gonna call it good. But it did bring out the veins a whole lot better than it was. I really think it made a big difference. Thank you for the idea. It really, I have to remember to make sure to do some leaves like that when we travel, so that I have them to put in journals and stuff. Thank you, Andrea. Yeah, it really changed it, that little bit. Mina, Barbara, guys, I really appreciate that idea. That it makes a big difference. Now to clean the fingers. Oh, that stuff gets on your fingers fast and sticks. Okay. Next, we have to get some paper out because I didn't get any paper out. So I need to. Yeah, I really like it. I think it came out, it's so simple. I'm going to go get the other pieces of this that we made. When was that? Tuesday? Thursday. We made those Thursday. Because these were some of the, these were more from the middle of the plate where I was cleaning off, not very many layers. But look at this one. And that just, and like I said, not only does the Mod Podge make it so it's not sticky, it's also the pieces that are raised on there are glued down with the Mod Podge. So this is where I was cleaning edges. This is probably the first piece I did. And see all the yummy grunge and stuff on there? You can tell when I started to go towards the middle of the plate, which didn't have as much stuff on it, it's still beautiful, but at the same time, there's less of the thicker pieces of stuff on there. Now, what I was going to try to do, we'll do it with my least favorite piece. How's that sound? Yeah. If you're going to try something strange, do it with the least favorite piece. Let's put this up. Sherry, use just a little bit of paint, but make sure that it's like when you put it on your finger, make sure that it's very little and dry. Yes, Mina, I think it'd make fabulous borders. You could cut it. You can. What I wanted to try, though, was to see if we could punch it. And make stickers with it. I don't think I want to try that one. Let me get my butterfly sticker. Hello, Sandra. My butterfly punch. I'm going to see if it will punch. I don't know if it will because it's sticky. I mean, you know, in between it's sticky. And I don't know if it will fit in this one, if it's big enough. Ooh, just barely. Okay, well, now we need a piece of paper because anytime you're worried about your punch, put a piece of paper, and sometimes that helps to let the punch, I don't know, it keeps the punch from getting sticky. Okay. I certainly will, Lisa. Give me 1 second. I don't want to ruin my punch, so if it doesn't work, oh my goodness, it's all right. It did not like that. Okay, so that's going to be a fun thing to get out of there. Okay, don't do this, guys. Don't put it in your punch. Now, I might be able to die cut it. That might be another option, is to die cut it. So which I'll have to try another time. Okay. Yeah, the sticky parts came apart. So it's not going to work in the punch. That much we know. I mean, it might for a circle, but it's not going to do anything like that. Lisa would like to see the page, and I will be glad to show her the page. Yeah, don't try that, Lisa. Hi, Journey. Barbara, I think that regular paper on both sides of it is just going to make it that much worse. Due to the fact that it's going to make it too thick for the punch. Lisa, I went real simple. That's how come you went to get food, and it ended up so yep. Well, it's out. It's dug out, so it's not a big deal. This is the page, Lisa. I did. It's page number 8, I think, or sheet number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, it is the front side of the 8th sheet of paper. It was book paper. It's painted paper on the back because it's book paper that I painted. I put down a piece of that tape. I put down that leaf. Mina suggested that I copper the gold or copper the veins a little, and so I used some wax. Just this wax metallic finish, and put in, I mean, real simple. It's really pretty. I really liked it. Lightly powder what, Tanya? Hi, Tanya. Hi, Kendra. Hi, Kendra. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, well, here's the deal. If this was a piece of cardstock and my punch wasn't punching it, I might fuss with it. But this is sticky. Okay, and the reason it cut it in a lot of places, but it also, because it's sticky, then it started pulling the sticky, and it's about being sticky. Sticky things punches don't like very well. So what I will do is I will try a piece of this. I'll see when I get a chance, but I'll try to die cut a piece of it and see what happens, because the way the die cut works is different than the way that this works. And I don't know if that's going to work either, because the sticky, and this is carpet tape, so it's a very thick sticky. So now I wonder if the smaller one, did I just get sticky in there? We will try one more punch and see, because this punch does have things up and down. Let's see if this punch doesn't have, what do you call those things? Antenna. We're just going to put it in halfway so that if it doesn't work, I don't have quite so much to dig out. And I didn't put any paper in it this time. Nah. See what's happening. Okay, what's happening is the sticky is stretching. Yeah, it's not sticky on top. Okay, I'm sorry. And it's not sticky on top, Becky. It's just sticky because it's double-sided tape. It's just the tape. It's like trying to punch tape. So I'm going to have to, that's going to be a mess. We'll have to figure out. Yeah, it's powder's not going to work because, see, that the tape part of it is just, it's because it's tape. So, we'll try it in the in the die cut machine and see what happens. See, the paper part of it cut just fine. That's just the sticky part. Okay, I've about got it cleaned out, and we're not going to try that again. Sticker, yeah, stickers, tweezers, and swab with Goo Gone. It's not even too bad. It's not really sticky. I think it'll be all right. I think it's just more that it's just not going to cut it, I don't think. So we'll try some die cuts and see what happens. Not today. But I really like putting Mod Podge over it. I think the Mod Podge just makes it so that I'm going to be happy using it, because I can cut it up with my scissors. I mean, I could cut shapes out of it with my scissors. So, okay. Yeah, and I would think the silhouette would do that too. Okay, let's see. What was I going to do? Oh, I know what I've got to do next. I have got to get some more of my napkin journal pages ready, because needless to say, I'm not prepared like Lisa. Not at all. So that's the next thing I want to do. I know it's not very exciting to watch, but I don't think I even have enough cardstock cut. But if I get a few pages done, and I can do a few pages during the week. I have to tell you, I cleaned the kitchen counter this morning, and Jeff, who rarely says anything about my messiness, he says, when did we get a counter over here? That's what he said to me this morning. He was being silly, but he was like, I know. It's been piled up for months and months. I had tea-dyed paper on it, and you sort and organize by color. I just put them in a pile and put them in the other room. Oh boy, I am not very good at organization, that is for sure. I could sure use some of that. Okay. Oh, I sat down here this morning, and my brayer was still sitting here. I still have the sheets of paper over here that I didn't jelly plate, where I rubbed off my brayer. So I gotta turn the fan down. I'm losing. My papers are blowing all over. Yeah, Lisa. It's like, no, it's just one of those things where, if I get it right now, it's just sitting over there. I didn't even get it to the other room, to the paper pile. So, okay, so I have my papers all over everywhere. I'm just going to use them, try to my best. Let's move these out of the way. This is, let's move these. I don't really want to take a chance and then get Mod Podge in them. That's like the last thing I need. Well, guess we're not going to do very much of this. because I'm almost out of Mod Podge. Jeez. I told you I wasn't prepared for anything today. I just could not get my act together yesterday. I did get the paint put away maybe Friday morning before Mom called me. And of course, it being a holiday, I couldn't get a plumber, so that I get to do that tomorrow. Which ought to be fun. So, Lisa's using single pages. I'm going to use, single book pages to cover her page. Is anybody going to do this and work in a book? Who else going to make a napkin journal with us this month? Oh, Andrea. Becky wants to. Yay, Becky wants to. Are you going to do single pages, Becky? If you do, or are you going to work in a book of some sort? Sandra wants to. I'm just curious what you guys are going to, how you guys are going to approach it. What you're going to put your Mindy's going to. Oh yeah, Barbara. Mom called us Friday morning, and her kitchen sink was backed up, this is the second time in 6 months that Jeff has taken the entire thing apart. Okay, she puts food down the sink. Okay, she just, I don't know. Anyway, so he took the whole thing apart again, cleaned it out. Well, it's worse than he can fix because it's back further than he can reach. So we got to have a plumber. So we're starting Tuesday, Sandra, 2 o'clock, my channel. Which, by the way, guys, just an FYI, we are going to go to 2 o'clock on Tuesday and Thursday. We aren't going to come on at noon. We're going to come on at 2 o'clock both days. We just have some things. I've got some things I just have to kind of try to catch up on. So we need some extra time. He couldn't snake it, Barbara. It's one of those things he had a snake. He also took it all apart from the, I don't have any white stuff. I'm going to have to get some different colored papers. Okay. It's beyond Jeff's fixing. Yes, 2 o'clock Central Time. I'm sorry. Decomposition book. Okay. Oh, a reptile. Okay, Andrew. No, we don't need a reptile. And if he put his snake in the car, I would not have been happy with him if it was a reptile. Janice, that is my intention to get her. The biggest problem is that she doesn't even put the regular strainer in there. But yes, I'm going to get her a wire basket strainer, and we have told her again. You know, I think she forgets. I honestly think she's just not remembering stuff so well anymore. And because of it, you know, it's one of the things. I didn't intend for her to stay in the house this long. We had really intended last winter to sort of get her moved out, and we had other stuff going on, and I didn't get her moved. And now with the virus thing going on, I don't want to move her right this minute. So it's been, you know, just one of those things. It's one of those times where it kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place of what you've got to do. And it's just getting really hard to take care of her house for as well as ours. But yeah, Janice, that's you don't understand how I collage so fast. Oh well, I just yeah. You do realize that most of the videos that I put out are speeded up, right? Um, I usually cut the videos like my A to Z collage ones. Those videos are cut in to keep you guys from having to watch hours of my doing that. So I'm not quite as fast as the video look. I know that that's what I'm making, what I'm actually saying, but okay, let's see. Are you big enough? Yes, you're big enough. Okay. Okay, I need some more of that. Well, how come I don't have any? Come on, I need a taller one. There it is. That's the one I want. That's true, Janice, and you know, it's just, but that's why nothing's ready today. That's just the deal. That's why I'm behind today, and that's why I'm behind getting ready for next week. I didn't get any beads made this week, which means that my whole week is going to be behind because, oops, because I have a show on Thursday. So just going to be that way. It's just. Yeah, I mean, what Tanya's doing, wrong word, collage. Okay. Yeah, Becky, it rained here earlier just like that, just dumped on us. Okay, Tanya, go back to cleaning and quiet. All right. All right, now I have to figure out, I got one more hole. Oh, piece of music paper would be good right there. Will it bore you all too much if I make another one? Yes, Barbara, it does. Thank you, Andrea. It's a race to slow. Oh dear. Well, I'm going to tell you, the journal last night that came up, um, that journal project. Okay, Andrea, that sounds good. Glue away. Last night's journal, the journal for the Defy auction that Lisa and Janet and Teresa and I have collaborated on. When I was putting it together, I had 5 hours of footage. Okay, so last night's hour-long video was originally 5 hours, and that was, you know, what I filmed because I worked on it all day. So you know, it may look like I work really fast, but that's just because I edit my videos. So just so y'all know, it's an illusion. Sounds good, guys. I appreciate it. It's totally an illusion as to how fast I am. And I do not know why I decided not to have the margins on these pages, but I did. So once you start with a plan, you kind of got to keep going. So, well, I'm going to glue until I run out of Mod Podge. Hi, Janice. Glad you're here. One of the things that I was doing with this project is that I am trying to get different colors of the book paper, and that just kind of gives it a different look all the time. So this was what I was missing, was that white one. Becky's got to go. Oh, no. Hi, Laura Lou. Welcome, welcome. Jeff had the rugs out on the front porch, said he better get those in before they got wet this morning. So he had might be good to use the plastic one. This one's not working very well this morning. Yay, Janice. Grandbabies. Yay. Oh, you got 2 of them at the same time. Wow. That's the way to get them, though. 2 at once. Okay. There, now I have a couple more colors of paper, which is what I was after. Wonder if I did my K page yet. I can't remember if I've done my K page because there's knots and koalas on that page. We'll set that over there. I'm sorry, guys. I was reading chat and not talking. I apologize. Yeah, and it's nice that she got one of each. That's kind of cool. Okay. Let's just... I need to remember to make Mod Podge this afternoon so that I can... would not be good to not have Mod Podge on Tuesday. I'm just reading chat as you guys go. I bet her 4-year-old is excited by it. At least I would think that, you know, usually at that age they would be excited by it. Is a little bit excited. Yeah, she probably doesn't realize what it's all going to entail either. Okay, let's see what we got. We've got a nice little piece of that. That can go right there. Okay, and that, let's just... Come on. I want to make a couple more pages before you run out. Is my tea fairy here?
You need tea?
Well, you can go ahead and fill it up, and that way when you go and you can eat it.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, that's fine. You can eat it. That's what slid. I don't know what went. It was.
That hook covering that was up here on the box when I was back.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sweetie. He came to find out if I wanted my leftovers from the other night, and to get me tea. When we had to fix the when he had to work on the sink, he was starving, and so I went and got burgers, or he went and got burgers by the time we did it. I was trying to call a plumber by then. Anyway, so my burger was still in the fridge, so he wanted to know if he could eat it, which of course he can. Yeah, a little bit of jealousy could happen. That's for sure. Okay. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. But we started putting dirt in the in the bed of the garden bed that Jeff's been building me. we're not going to have enough dirt. We're going to have to figure out where to get some more dirt. But at least we've started, and that's a big plus. So I should say he's started because I barely helped him yesterday. He's really done it all. Okay, let's see where that piece will fit. Journey wants details, guys. She wants details, Janice. Details, details. Okay, let's see here. Okay. I was real surprised when I put the napkin over the piece I had done, that it was not as busy as I expected it to be. So that's a good thing. Okay. That's interesting. That may not be what I think it is, but we're going to put it there and we'll see. Yep, same color. Should not have put that there. Oh, well. I need a little piece. I get to working on this and I get very quiet. Sorry. It's just one of those things. I don't really know why. I just get quiet. Oh. There we go. Everybody else has gotten quiet too because my chat has slowed way down. So see, when I don't talk, y'all don't talk either. There we go. So that's 2 pages I got done. Victor and Victoria. Oh yeah, they were good-sized twins. Yeah, that's really good. My sister's twins were, I think, about 3 pounds apiece. And they felt that they were pretty good. Okay. I'm going to do one more, I think. I won't be as ready as Lisa, but I'll be reasonably ready. I can work Tuesday and Thursday without too much trouble. They came when they wanted. Yep. Sometimes they do that. I think that they do that more often than not. Okay. You got up early just for me, and I'm doing boring stuff, Julie. I told everyone I was not prepared. I wasn't ready to work on our junk journal. I wasn't ready with. I barely got anything together to actually work on. I didn't realize I'm almost out of Mod Podge. How can you be out of Mod Podge? Yep. So Teresa's here too. Hi, Teresa. Janice is enjoying it. It's relaxing. I just about put that one upside down. Lisa, did you finish your page? Are you still here? Did you finish your page? She had gone off to get something to eat, and therefore, let's not put that one just yet. Therefore, didn't see me do the page. Oh, Lisa, that's good. You're happy. You're fixing to post it, and you're happy because I didn't do it. Well, that's always a good thing. The fact that you didn't have energy. See, that's the thing. I don't have any energy today either. Just, I don't know. And I didn't have any energy yesterday. Now, I did go outside and move some limbs around for help Jeff a little bit, but heck, that wasn't that difficult, believe me. I mean, I didn't do the work, he did it. I'm looking for the right piece of paper, guys. I just, sometimes you gotta just kind of, yeah, see, that one's exactly the same, so I need something different. Here we go. This will do. Okay, Julie. I'm glad. I'm glad you guys don't mind. Yeah, Julie. I saw that you had done it. I have not been on to. I was cleaning this morning, or helping clean. Jeffrey was really cleaning. I found my kitchen counter, which is a major plus. So that was a big thing that I needed to do. I really needed to find the kitchen counter. It had stuff that I was messing with on it for weeks. So it is now all cleaned up. It'll stay that way for about 2 days. Which is fine. I'm okay with that. Okay. There we go. I gotta have just a little more Mod Podge, just a little, just a little, just a little. Becky, that is what we did. Jeff cut the big part of the tree limb up into small enough pieces, and we put the bigger pieces in the bottom. And then we took all of the little branchy stuff. There's a name for that. I think it's called Herkimer method of filling your raised beds. The long branches that still had leaves and stuff on them, we put in the bed, and then what we did was put Jeff had 3 garbage cans filled with leaves and stuff that he had raked up, you know, small little sticks and things. So the big limb was in the bottom, and then lots and lots of little sticks. We didn't quite get all of that tree limb that fell into the bed, but a good portion of it. The sticky stuff was what didn't get in. There's just a small pile of that didn't go in. There's a problem with if you get too much of that stuff in, because then the dirt won't hold it down. Oh yeah, we probably won't buy dirt. I mean, I'll probably buy I'll probably buy some compost to put on, dressing to put on the top, just because we don't have any good compost. I don't have any really great dirt. Jeff brought home 2 trailer loads full of dirt from over by my mom's. And there was still some more Friday when we went by there, so he'll probably go get that this week. Oh, you thought it was sorry. No, my raised bed, and it's about 24, 26 inches deep, so you don't need that much dirt. You only really need about 12 inches of dirt. The problem is that we didn't put any more of the sticks in because we didn't know how much it was going to compact down. So we put the big logs in, then we put all the little sticks in, and they were kind of, you know, springy because they weren't dry yet or broke up in little pieces or anything. We just kind of cut them just small enough to get them in the bed. And then we had 3 garbage cans full of leaves that we laid out on top of that. And then yesterday we put like 1 layer of dirt on it to see how much it was going to compact down. And I think that we did well with how much. I think what we need now is dirt. I don't think we have quite enough dirt, but because that's a big bed. He was able, with the pallets that we got, because they were pallets, he was able to make me a 4-foot by 12-foot bed. So, okay, I could tear up some more of that and be ready for the next step that way too. So that may be what I do next. And if you look at, you know, if you just have a 10-inch bed, that's one thing. But when you get a deep enough bed where you don't have to get down on your hands and knees to work it, you really don't need that much dirt. And there was no way we were going to have that much dirt. So, and I'll tell you what, we were up in the middle of the night the other night. His neck, where that tree hit him, decided it was going to do some weirdness, and I ended up having to clean it all up and peroxide it and the whole 9 yards, all at midnight one night. For some reason, it just suddenly decided it was going to be nasty. And then the next morning, it was all nice and happy again, and seems to be all nice and happy now. So, I mean, as happy as, something having your neck tore up is going to be, but he's doing all right. He was kind of sore, but he's getting over it. I'm just getting out a bunch of different pages, guys, so that I can get them ready. Janice, I've posted some pictures on my Facebook, on my personal, not in the group, just on my personal, whatever you want to call that, page. Is that what it is, guys? A page, personal page? Because it's not, oh, blast. What did I do here? Y'all still here? What's going on? Okay. All right, I think it's all right. I just wiped down across all that mess and okay, you're there. Good. Well, I laid some stuff up there, and when I moved it, I ended up with a blank screen. So I wasn't sure if I had disappeared. But yeah, Julie, it's hot. I do better in the cold. I don't like it super cold, but I do better in the cold. In the cold, you can put on more layers. In the heat, it just seems to be an oppressive thing. So I'm just gonna sit and bore you to tears with this just because I need to get it done. And I'm going to try this ruler instead. I don't want yeah, it may work better. I don't want the tear ruler part of it because I want, excuse me guys, let me double check this. Okay guys, I need to go talk to Jeff for a minute. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Here, look at this. This is something pretty if you haven't seen it. Have you gotten a message from Al? Okay, he's being admitted overnight. Did Al tell you all he's being admitted overnight? Seeing cardiologist I'm sorry, y'all. I think I mentioned that a friend of ours is in the emergency room. And they figure he's got some kind of blockage. He was having chest pain and left arm being numb and all that kind of stuff. And that was just his wife. So I needed to take it to Jeff because his phone didn't go off. That was mine. So anyways, he'll see to it now that. But the biggest problem is that, your family can't be at the emergency room with you these days. So she's very worried. I think he will be fine, but I just had to take care of it. Sorry. You guess you'll just talk amongst yourselves. So that's what you're doing anyways. Julie, yeah, your summer was terrible. Yes, it's when it gets bad out, when it's hot, it's just bad. And right now it's hot and wet. And that's, anyways, he will be all right. I am sure he will be all right, but I just needed to make sure Jeff knew what was going on. And not only that, he will text her back, and I'll call her when I get off of here and talk to her. We haven't seen them since before we left on our trip. Well, Jeff has seen them because that's where he goes to pick blueberries. I have not been out there. They had their grandkids for about a month and a half. They were only supposed to be here for 2 weeks, and then some stuff happened, and because of it, they stayed here longer, so that the daddy could stay in isolation at home, and the mama and the grandgirls stayed here. And Jeff took them out a pedal car that was at his dad's to play with, and so he's been out there a couple of times, but I haven't seen him. Oh. Well, that's true, Barbara. That is true. We've about decided that this year is kaput. We will not travel this year. We have friends that were in Yellowstone over the weekend, and it didn't look too bad. And Jeff has been watching the Tiffin forums, which is the kind of motorhome we have, and people from there have said that BLM land is empty but open, and that kind of thing. And we finally, after 3 years, get our motorhome back, and now we can't go anywhere. But at the same time, with things going on with Mom right now, I don't know that we want to be that far away from home anyways. So I guess we'll just take the year and not go anywhere. That's true, Julie. I can't wait for this year to be over either. And Barbara, you guys have had rough fire seasons for several years, haven't you? Part of it is drought. I mean, even here we have been in a drought until just, and I still think our aquifers are down. I don't think we have I don't think the water table is where it's supposed to be at all. So yeah, Barbara, I don't know that I would want to see it. It's that just, I think it would not be something I wanted to see. Yeah, well, Barbara, we may have brought that on ourselves. When we were in South Dakota, we spent almost 10 years in drought. That was part of Jeff's job, was to manage things about that, and not about the drought, but about Jeff was a liaison between the ranchers and farmers and the federal government. So he had to make sure that they knew what programs were available for them and that kind of stuff. So it was, drought was always on our discussion list kind of thing. So I love this book. This book has been so much fun to play with. It's just such pretty paper. even brittle, it's gorgeous. Yeah. And I mean, we had a wildfire here earlier in the year. You know, I think it was Violet messaged me. Um, and it was like, are you okay? Well, they're saying North Florida and Pensacola, and now it wasn't as close to us as it could have been because um, there's water between us and where the fire was, but it burned, I think, before it was all over, 27 houses, and no one was. I can't say no one was hurt, but no one died because of it. But there was a lot of loss of property, and that was caused by a human. Some fool decided that they could do a controlled burn, and the control kind of got away from them. So, oh, yeah, Barbara, I tell you that there must be a reason, but I don't see it. I think it's all because we're not paying attention to what we need to pay attention to. We need to pay attention to what the earth is doing. Oops. We need to think about what we're using more. Become a little more self-sufficient, I think, so that we are not bringing products from all over the world just because we want something easy. I don't know. Oh, is Andrea leaving? Bye, dear. I didn't see you were going. Bye, hon. I hope you hear me. Have a nice evening. Okay, let's see what else we got. We got to have some music paper. I'm just getting ready for when I have Mod Podge next time. I'll probably have to make it, and tonight I'll have to glue some more pages. That was it. Even yesterday, after I came in from outside, I did not even have the energy to sit here and glue stuff. That's how I felt. It was so hot. And it wasn't like we did it all in one spurt. I sat down and had a bottle of water, and Jeff got out chairs and we sat in the shade, and it was really nice in the shade. Especially after as hot as it was. But you could have wrung my clothes out like a dish rag after I came in. I don't perspire, I sweat, so I'm not very ladylike, especially when I'm outside putting limbs in a bin. Teresa, I can't really. I do that in the sink because if I boo-booed and spilt, I would. If I boo-booed and spilt, I would have a big old mess. Um, I fill this bottle about halfway full of the Mod Podge, and I pretty much fill it up to the other half with the glue, and then I put maybe a couple of spoons of water in it and shake it up. I mean, the biggest thing is that I've started using the half of glue. When I first started doing it, I was only using about a third glue, and I found that half glue is even less sticky as far as having 2 pages stick together after one another. I got something else here I'm going to do because I have sort of an idea that I might want to do on the pages of my napkin journal. So I'm going to do a little stenciling. I might have to go get my stamps too, but y'all wait for me to go do that. But I'm gonna finish tearing this up. Let's see what other. I got 2 more. I got 2 more colors of paper to tear up, just so I'm ready to glue. Julie, here, it's been staying hot all night. It's been in the almost 80s. I think mid 80s, even through the night. So if I was gonna do it myself, if Jeff wasn't the one doing it, I would probably have to get up early too. But I was out in the sun for 2 hours, and I didn't even change colors, so. Oh, Julie, I'll explain it. I put Mod Podge into it about here. I put glue to about here. And I put a couple of tablespoons of water in it and shake it up real good. But I do that over the sink because the last thing that we want is to miss the bottle with that giant open mouth thing of Mod Podge and have it go all over my floor. So I do that in the kitchen sink. So, and unfortunately, I cannot take you with me out there. This setup is not portable. You had problems, Julie? What did you do? What did you do differently? Now, I used to use a bowl. Yes, Mina. And we have been, we had a discussion about Jeff and Jeff being diabetic one day, and I don't remember who. And I buy Jeff Gatorade, but it's got a lot of sugar in it. And the G2s and all the other Gatorades that are out there, they have artificial sweetener in them, which we don't use that. Barbara, really and truly, with it in the sink, I don't seem to have any. I don't really spill it. Okay, Janice, see you there. Too runny. It was only gel medium and water. Oh, yes. And see, and I don't use gel medium, so I don't know. I use the um but Barbara, I do use a funnel. I have a funnel. Okay, it was Teresa that because she's diabetic. Okay, so now, okay, he also does need sugars because of the heat and everything, but he can't have more than one Gatorade a day, or it will send his sugar up. So, it was Teresa. We were talking about it, and I got online afterwards and found out that lemon juice is way, way better in many respects than some of the Gatorades because of what it puts back into you. So the formula I found was okay, Becky, bye bye. Have fun. And oh, good, it's posted. I'll be looking later. Um, the the formula I found for the Gatorade or artificial Gatorade, whatever you want to, I call it lemon water, is put a little salt in it. Not much, just a little, because we got to watch over blood pressure too, but you need salt. And then about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then we use stevia as a sweetener here in this house. So now it also said you could put in honey, which honey is better for diabetics than um, sugars. But and Tupelo honey, if you can get to real honest to goodness Tupelo honey is even better for diabetics than other things because of how it goes in your body. Um, so I've been making him one of those or one or two of those a day. But yeah, keeping enough water in yourself. I have trouble with poor Jeff because it's hard for him to keep enough water in his system. Mina, the other thing that it does is affects his gout. And Lisa's got electrolyte drops. She uses lemon, stevia, and electrolyte drops. And I just put a little salt in there instead of the electrolyte drops. So now I drink lemon all day long because it's in my water bottle, tea bottle. I mean, by afternoon I'm on my tea. But I probably drink 3 of these in the morning full of water before I start on tea. Yeah, you can get electrolyte drops, Julie. You can get my son uses little tiny potassium pills that he puts under his tongue. They're because the silly boy managed to really get himself messed up here a few years ago. He was putting on he did direct TV dishes, and he called me. He said, Mom, I'm kind of dizzy. And I'm like, you're dehydrated really bad. Go to the emergency room. And by the time he got there, they said he was definitely headed towards heat stroke. So some brands call them mineral drops or liquid minerals. Okay. Yes, Mina, and Jeff has it in his wrist, and then he has it other places too, but the worst of it is in his wrist. It's in a place where he apparently broke his wrist many years ago. He didn't even know it was broken until the doctor was trying to figure out why it hurt so bad. And she said, well, you have gout. But she said, when did you break your wrist? And he said, I don't know that I've ever broken my wrist. And she said, well, you have. You got a couple of breaks in there. They healed, but... And it probably was when he decided to play basketball and managed to play basketball like football. It was like full contact basketball somehow one day. Anyways, he hurt himself. He's pretty good at that. He's pretty good at hurting himself. The tree falling down, he kind of startled him though. Pink salt is better as well. Tanya, yes, and the pink salt and Julie, that would be let's see, but it's not just pink salt. It's yes, there's more than one. There's pink, there's gray Celtic salt, and pink salt stinks. Huh. There's another Redmond makes something they call real salt, I think. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called real salt. Okay, I just put all of that away and really didn't want it put away. I wanted some of it left out. Okay, where are you? Oh, there you go. Oh, this is what I want, right? Oh, come on. Oh. Thank you, Teresa. Real salt, yeah. It doesn't have, it's not broken down the same way, I guess, you know, that kind of thing. So there's differences in salt. That's something new I have been learning. Okay, I have these 2 butterfly stencils. I am not good at stenciling. So we're going to see if Tanya can do some stencils on some of these pages. We're just gonna see, because my thought is that I may want to use them like torn out or cut out on my napkins. The more it smells, the fresher it is. Okay, did not know that. I did find out that most of that Redmond salt that I was just talking about is made in the United States. That's that was one of the things. Oh, that's not the good. I'd like to know why I cannot get that thing to get enough juice in it. I would think so, Lisa. Not today. I imagine after how many people were there? Lisa's had her family in for the weekend. So, did the kids cook? I probably am going to go get my stamps in just a little bit and stamp some butterflies and dragonflies and stuff like that too, just because I'm just thinking that some of this might be what I want to do on my pages. And if I don't use them on my pages, it's not a big deal, because I'll use them eventually on something. So now this stencil, I think, came from Walmart. Just so you know, it wasn't a big expensive one. It was but that is not very okay. I'm not gonna like that at all. Wonder how I'd feel about it if it was paint. They did some late at night in the apartment, mostly for fun. Ha, okay. 14. Woo! Julie, I don't want to use a distress ink due to the fact that I'm probably going to be putting it down with Mod Podge. I'm going to be using Mod Podge for the most things. I will do one with distress ink just so you can see it, but I don't really want them for my project with distress ink. I mean, it would be really pretty, but you know. It's prettier with the brown ink. I'm going to try some paint. See what happens with paint. Oh, Mindy, a spray. You're right. That would, we're going to try that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this came from Walmart. It wasn't very expensive. I don't think I have that kind of brush, Teresa. Or, yeah, Tanya. Is it Teresa said that? Teresa, I don't think I have one of those. Triangle makeup sponge, yeah. Tanya said she just found it on Amazon for $5.99, but I'm pretty sure I paid way less than that at Walmart. Let's see what other options we have. Let's see if these are some art sprays that were a gift. And they're permanent. We'll see if this one sprays. Some of them don't spray very well. I have to clean them before I can use them. Yeah, that's going to make a big old mess. Big old mess. Big. Let's see here. Yeah, that's probably not going to be Tanya's best choice. Now, that doesn't mean it wouldn't work for somebody else. It just means that Tanya's not very good at that. Yeah, I just made a mess. That's okay. Messes are to be made. Yes, Lisa's Brown Archival Ink. I have brown. I might try my brown stays on. I'll try it again with my brown stays on in just a second. I got to get some more paper out so I can lay these down. Let's try. This is the new one. Let's try it with a makeup sponge. Teresa, yeah, she's got sepia. I think she's got a couple of colors. Yes, her archival pad is sepia. That's the answer to that question. I think she's got a couple of colors of archival pads other than just the brown one, though. Okay, but I need a makeup sponge is what I'm looking for now. And of course, I'm maybe out of them. I have a big old mess over here. There. I thought I still had some left. I guess that needs to be one of my Dollar Tree things. Things to look for at Dollar Tree. Yeah, I am definitely blue-handed. Uh-huh. And I have made a big old mess. Let's see. I think maybe we better try to clean that up before I get it everywhere. Thank you, Mindy. Just so you know. Thank you. Not very good with them, but I do love them. Julie, this this screws off. This screws off, and then it has a flip top lid. So, you know, it just depends on how well it seals. Add another color and a different stencil on top of the brown one. Oh, well, that's Sandra, that's not what I want. These are pieces I'm going to actually cut out and use for something else, for my napkin journal. So I don't want a bunch of layers on them. Honestly, it's one of those things I just want a single little guy on there. And there again, that, you know, the reason I started with the black is because I really sort of thought I might want black on my napkins. Okay, this pad is a lot juicier. It's brand new, so it's printing out. It's much darker. Now that's pretty. I kind of like that one. That one makes me happy. So let's try it. Less dense. Oh, I like that. That's okay. Let's try this big one. Yeah, Julie, that's a brand new one, and I think I've inked it a couple of times too. What were we doing that when I was working on my lap book, I needed it when I was working on my lap book, and I was using it like constantly. So it's nice and juicy, which is a good thing. Oh, now, see, now I like those. Teresa, this is a stays on pad and it's not very soft. I don't think it'll go down, but I'll try it. It really works with the sponge. It's working real well. But not only that, that pad is really juicy. So let's, Teresa wants me to try it just with the pad. So we will do that. I don't know that it'll work, but we'll see. I don't know if that's going to take that off or not. Just as soon. Let's just try it with this. Yeah, see, this pad is too stiff to go through the stencil. So it's not gonna, it might, if it were like a distress pad, they're foam. This one is hard. So that's going to be real dark because I really got it started dark. That's okay. We'll do another one of these. I can't do this and read chat though, guys. So just so you know, I'm not looking. So if you said something to me, hi Deborah, I didn't realize you were here. I apologize, I missed you. And it works pretty well with this sponge. You were thinking about the ones that were less juicy. Yeah. For if I want to use the black one, Teresa, I'll just get more ink out. I really kind of like this really dark brown. I don't know that I would like the, and this is stays on, so I can, what do you call that? I can Mod Podge over it once it gets dry. Okay, let's do some, let's do one of these that's just lighter. See if I can get a lighter touch. Seems it's kind of hard to get a lighter touch. I'm kind of, let's cover that up for a second. I want to clean this a little bit if I can. I don't know that watered down acrylic paint would work very well. I would probably use acrylic paint and then just let it make sure that you haven't got very much. But you never know. I mean, I would think regular acrylic paint, when you stencil, you usually want to stencil with sort of a dry paint. Okay, let's just flip this over and see if we can't do it from this side. My blue fingers. All right, let's try that smaller one. My sponge is holding a lot of ink too, which I'm sort of surprised at. Daubing it works better too than trying to, of course my sponge is falling apart. Oh yeah. Let's do another one. Then I'm going to switch stencils, I think. Dry pouncing brush, yeah. Chalk paint might work real well. I just know that with paint, I'm not very good. First, you need to get it dry. You need to have your brush or your sponge or whatever you're doing pretty dry. Otherwise, it goes everywhere. In the art journal book I've been working on, I don't worry about it when it goes underneath, but I do know that it does. Yeah, I'm going to like those. Let's fly this one this way. And it is my intention to just fussy cut these out to use. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I definitely like this color better than black, which will. Okay. Now then, I want to try this other stencil too, because that gives me several to start with. And I don't know that I'm going to for sure using them. This is a stencil from Dollar Tree. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, she might have a butterfly stencil she wasn't thinking about. Okay. Now I'm going to use this. It says it is a self-sticking. It's self-sticking. Okay. I don't know what self-sticking, how sticky it's going to be, but we're going to try it. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty sticky. Now this is a lot thinner plastic kind of thing. Whatever the plastic this is made out of is much thinner than the yellow one. Oh boy, you're so happy. Julie's got stencils she forgot she had. That's always a good thing. Now this stencil is pretty intricate. So I imagine having it having it stick is a good idea. Okay. But now is it going to come off my paper? Oh, that's not a good thing. Yep. Excuse me for hiccuping. Okay, that's just. Well, okay, so what did we just learn about Dollar Tree stencils? They got some pretty good stick. That's going to have to go soak in a plate of water. We're not doing very well today, are we? Yeah, this is a sticky one. I baking powder on the back of those. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking baking powder rather than baby powder Barbara? I'm waiting for Barbara. Barbara said baking powder, but I'm wondering she meant. This was a brand new self-adhesive sticker from Dollar Tree. It's, you know, one of those sticky ones. It does not like book paper. So needless to say, it's going to have to, I have a bucket. I'll put it in a bucket and soak it. And I questioned the stickiness. I questioned whether or not it was going to cause issues because it was self-stick. Okay, so cornstarch would work too. See, that's what I use. And for powder, I use cornstarch, Barbara. So I imagine cornstarch or baking powder would work. Anyways, it stuck to that. It's a piece of book paper. It might not have stuck to, you know, what do you call that? This is mixed media paper. Yeah, it came right off of the mixed media paper. But I will soak it and I will. It's just been one of those days, Lisa. Cornstarch is fine. Well, I don't know. I keep cornstarch in my what do you call that? Coated paper. Yeah, coated paper would be fine, I'm sure. I keep cornstarch in a powder container, Barbara. So if it would attract bugs, I would have thought it would have here. I haven't seen any on it, and okay, I'm going to go get my stamps. I'll be right back. Will Lisa, I ended up using my Stays-On pad for that. Make an embossing buddy. Oh, yes. Yeah, this would have been a good idea. I have an embossing buddy somewhere. Lisa said you. This stencil worked great with a nice juicy Stays-On pad and a sponge. Yeah, I'm excited about those. I'll sit and cut those out tonight because I think what I'm going to do is fussy cut them so that they're ready. But I'm going to go get my stamp set. I'll be right back, guys. Jeff, there's a partial bag of blueberries in the freezer to add to that. Oh, okay. You don't want any blueberries? Okay. Sorry, guys. Got stopped by something else. He's making some fruit in a bowl, and I didn't know if he was going to make fruit salad the way he was fixing it. And the blueberries are in the freezer. I put all the blueberries in the freezer because they don't keep real well in the fridge. Yes, an embossing buddy, Lisa, it's the one I have anyways, is a little sack. And it's filled with like a powder. And you wipe it across your page and it wipes off excess particles of powder. And it just makes a nicer, it's a little cushion thing with powder in it, and when you pounce it on the page, it leaves like a cover of powder behind, but it also, when you wipe across the page, it clears any place that might have a little oil on it, so that your embossing ink sticks to the right place and not to the wrong place. If that makes any sense at all. I'm not sure I'm making any sense at all. So okay. Oh, I forgot something. This is just a silicone baking sheet, but when you stamp, sometimes it helps to have it underneath to could put powder in an old sock. There you go. And use cornstarch, Lisa. Yep. And just something that has, the sock might not have a tight weave. You might need to use like quilting cotton. Oh, that sounds cool, Julie. You need to keep the powder from coming out too much, Lisa. You just cut the top of the bottle off. What I want to find, and if anybody knows about it, I think it was Jean Peter I saw use and it might not have been. She used a embossing ink, and the tube she had a roller ball on the end of it. I looked online, didn't find it. Now, I haven't looked lately because I just hadn't had time. And I've been going to message, I think it was Jean, message the person. I've got the video where she used it, and find out if there's a company that does that or just what, because that she embossed places, it wasn't like a stamp pad, and all of my embossing ink is in stamp pads. So I think that will be fun. And Julie, are you talking about, when you're using molds, you're talking about the embossing buddy when you're using molds, I think. Yeah, my embossing ink's in a, well, I have refills for the embossing ink, but she used it to like make a border on stuff, and it was really interesting. I was very I thought it was kind of cool what she did with it. Oh, your fluffy one, yes, to get stuff out of molds. Let's see, I'll cut those out too. Let's see, we need something to stamp off on. Lisa, you'll have to take a peek when you go out to your studio and see. And if you do, and it has a brand name on it, I would really like to know what the brand name is. I mean, I didn't look real hard the day I looked for. The day I was looking for one, I did not look real hard. I just looked a little bit and I didn't find it, so I just, I don't need anything, so I just stopped looking right then. Oh, that would be cool. Oh, now see, that's really cool on the book paper. That was what I was thinking, is that these would be cool on the book paper, and then I can add them to my pages with on top of my napkins, that will then look cool with the pages of type and stuff behind them. Oh, I haven't done any on any regular pages. I need to do some on some regular pages, not just music paper. I think that's going to have a double stamp. No, it's all right. Distress embossing ink. Mine, I can't tell you what mine is because it's old. I've had it for years and years. It was it came from Stampin' Up, so I know you do, dear. Do you still have some? This is a set. Let's see when this came out. This is a 2001 Stampin' Up set. What is it called? Wonderful Wings. And these are all 4 of them are in there. You can look this up for me, Julie, because it's yep, it's 2001 Wonderful Wings. Which one did I do? I did the one with, I did the swallowtail. Yeah, I'm going to do this one. I like this little guy too. He's pretty. Oh, the Stampin' Up and Embossing ink. Yeah, I've got one of those. I've got the Stampin' Up embossing pad, and then I've got refill ink for it. I probably have a couple of embossing pads actually. Over time, I have a lot of stuff like that. I just don't tend to use it. And if it was Jean, what she was doing with it was really cool. And I have thought, oh, I want to try that. But in my current art journal, it doesn't, oh dear, Patricia's page got frustrating. Uh-oh. Another place to look for it, Lisa, is on Etsy. Believe it or not, there's a lot of reselling of that kind of stuff on Etsy too. So you might find it there. Oh, it's not, the page didn't make you that way, Patricia. You just feel that way. I'm sorry that you feel that way, dear. I do know my lack of accomplishing any is is making me feel kind of that way. I think that's, that's why. See, I just love these on there, and I think cutting them out is going to be cool. Let me stamp this one off. Let's cut one out and see what it looks like. Yeah, I do understand that, dear. Jeff's phone has been going off, so we'll have to find out what he... Okay, let's just cut one out and see where it goes. See what it looks like. Oh, I have a page we can kind of put it on to see. Oh, yes, I understand that, Patricia. They've made it mandatory here in town. Now we live in the county, but when we had to go to the store Friday because of Mom's sink. The first thing you try is some Drano when you have an issue like that. Of course, that didn't work, but and there was a lot more people wearing masks. Even though we're in the county, they don't have to in the county. Just the city made it mandatory. But there was a lot more. Of course, our numbers are up too. So one of those things. That's right, Julie. I have Versamark pads too. You're right. And Versamark, that ink you can just leave on the page, and it, like Julie just said, it leaves a tone on tone kind of thing that is really kind of pretty. It just kind of looks like a watermark. Okay, let me go and get... I gotta have a spot for those. There we go. My box out. This is my test page that I did to make sure that I was gonna like what was going on with it, with the background. And see, doesn't that look cool on top of there? $10? Oh wow, Lisa, that's a good deal, because I can guarantee this one was probably $35 when I bought it. Of course, I didn't buy it. Most of these are sets that I earned as a demonstrator. That is awesome, Lisa. That's a great. And yes, I agree with Janice, Patricia. Janice is, don't worry about what other people think. Just do what you need to do. Embossing paste. I've never had embossing paste. Yay, Lisa. I'm excited because I knew you loved this one. But yeah, see, I'm thinking about doing some things like that with my pages. So that's why I'm doing this. And I can sit and cut those out this evening when I'm sitting. So I'll just do that later. And I might put more than one on there, or I might add something different. And I don't know exactly where I'm headed. I don't know what exactly I'm going to do, but I think that's kind of my plan. Kind of. And I have these beautiful butterflies that somebody sent me, which I actually have a plan for them already. Well, Patricia, this is 4 big ones. This is a large. This was one of the large sets. But yeah, I mean, that was back. They were back in the. That was back. It's been a while since they were that kind of price. You have to try the embossing paste. I'm going to have to just look up embossing paste, though, Julie. That's what I really need to do is look up some embossing paste. Well, Lisa, I'm glad that we found it right now because it should be here in a week, and that way you can use some of it in your napkin journal. Yeah, Patricia, I am too. Well, and Patricia, that's one reason why I didn't purchase these. These, like I said, they were, I would say 90% of my stamps that I have were demonstrator earnings, where I earned them for parties and stuff like that. The stamp pads that I have, all 4 sets of stamp pads, and I earned them the same way. And the the markers. Didn't earn any money, but earned lots of Heidi Swap texture paste. Oh yeah, for $25 plus shipping, that's a little high. Lisa, I'm sorry you didn't know the name because I would have told you the name any old time. I would have, if I had known you didn't know. But texture paste is different than embossing paste, Barbara. What Julie is talking about, I think, is what you put embossing powder on, and you put embossing powder on it, and then I'm trying to think. My brain is gone. And then heat it, and when you do that, then the embossing powder sticks to it. Yeah, Lisa, I wouldn't even thought about hunting for it. I want to try this one. I don't know that I will like it on anything, but I'm going to try it just to see. You'd think I never used that. So I better remember to do that before I put them away. And just so you know, there is special cleaner for StazOn. If you use StazOn ink a lot like I do, there is a special cleaner. And when I get done, I will clean them, and then I will clean them with regular cleaner. It has a here, I'll actually clean one and show you. You just take this lid thing, it's got a fuzzy, and you just do like this. And then I have a regular stamp pad cleaner And see, that stays moist. This has got regular cleaner in it. And I'm just wetting it down. And you can do this with a baby wipe too. If you don't have the stamp pad cleaner, you can do it with a baby wipe. But that stays on ink is bad for your rubber stamps, just so you know. It will dry them out real bad. And then sit this aside to let it dry before you put it back in its case. Yeah, you could. The problem with changing it with carving tools is that none of these are actually whole. I do like the texture on the back of this one, but I don't know that I'm going to want it for my napkin. I just wanted to try stamping it. Okay, come on, get back together like you're supposed to, so I can turn you in there. And I don't know that I particularly like it on book paper. It's probably prettier on something else. What do I got? And this is just some tissue paper, that white pattern tissue. It's just that, you know, it doesn't show up real well. Oh, I might want to put some butterflies on some clear tissue, some pattern tissue and stuff. I do like this stamp. I think they're pretty. But when on the book text, it just doesn't show up very much. Yeah, put it. I might do something like that with it, Lisa. I just don't think it'll look good on the Oh, and yeah, you could put it on the corner flying into the page. That would be cool. But see, its wings are cut off in the square too. So I'll, you know, it's one of those things I'll think about. I think I better clean that one up though. Yeah, it'd be more like it was flying out of the page, but that would work. I mean, I'll lay it over the page in just a minute. Let me get this one clean. But I don't think I'm going to stamp a bunch of those off because like where's my page? I have my page here somewhere. Where'd it go? Right there. Okay. Like it could go like that, but more likely it would be better down here or up here where part of the image would be over part of the. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome, Julie. So, but I think what I'm going to do, I have a big chunk of this here. I am going to got to cut it off. I'm getting a piece of tissue. And I could be, you know, could use my energy and go in the other room and get some regular pattern tissue, but this will work. Now, especially if you use stays on tissue paper, remember that it will bleed through, and you don't want you want to have something below your tissue paper to absorb it. Barbara needs more coffee. Well, I've used it quite a bit, Barbara, as believe it or not, but I used it more with dye-based inks. They're pretty when you border them and layer them in borders. It looks like a framed picture. Yes, and that's kind of what this one is, Barbara. This one has 4 designs. It's got, you know, 2 flowers. And if you mat it several times, it looks like a framed picture with it cut off on the edges like that. So and it's just like this one. This one is the same, almost the same way. This one's little petals go right out to the edge. And when you stamp it, then if you border it over and over, and these were sort of on top. I just kind of grabbed these. I need to start up. I think she's saying using up something. Julie said something again. I need to start. I'm looking for. Using it up again. Yeah, me too. So I just need to start using some of the things I have, which I tend to not use very often. Okay, so let's just go back to this one. And put a few on tissue paper. I'm just trying to get ready for the next few days, knowing what's going to happen tomorrow, and that I'm going to be, you know, crazy busy with stuff. If I at least can get a little bit of stuff ready, then I won't be feeling so unprepared, which is how I feel today. So it's all right with the typos. I was just trying to make sure I read it correctly. So I'm liking this brown color on here. I do like it. I think it'll be pretty on the napkins. I was going to make them black, but I think this darker brown will work just splendidly. Okay. I'm just paper clipping it up here because the piece I've cut off is long, and I was afraid it would fall on the floor. That's the only reason I put the paper clip up there. And see how you got to have a paper underneath to suck up? Because if you don't, it gets all over and gets right back on your tissue paper. So, pounce, 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 pounce. Too much. Stamp it. No, I haven't, Julie. Well, this one came as the set. Okay, I just got that tip of that wing very juicy. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh well, I'm not gonna worry about it. It's just the way it is. And I haven't done much stamping in the last probably 20 years. I've done more stamping in the last year than I did in probably 15. So, Barbara. Oh, dropped it on something hot. That'll ruin it. That will ruin a stamp. That's for sure. It takes quite a lot of heat though, because you can push a rubber stamp into melted solder, and not hurt the stamp, as long as you use a stamp that's kind of what do I want to say? It's best to use the stamp that is kind of solid, not real lacy. But you can push a rubber stamp into melted solder and not ruin the stamp. So are you hurrying? Yes, it doesn't stamp the image very well. Barbara's in love. Okay. And she's purring like a kitty cat. Okay, so I already reminded y'all that we are not going to be on until 2 o'clock on Tuesday. My channel this week. But Tuesday and Thursday from now on, we will be on at 2, not at noon and not at 1. So oops, that didn't work so well. Yep. Oh well, not a biggie. Not a biggie. Tissue paper was, not an expensive thing. It's just a piece of paper. I can cover up its head with a flower, right? If I have to. So funny. You guys are funny. Oh, but I'm getting tired. Oh, I am getting tired. Oh, good, Barbara. I'm glad that we just needed a little more time. We need more time to do some other things that we've both got to do. So, me especially, I really need to work some, guys. I need to do my job. And I haven't been doing that very well. My boss is not happy with me. And believe me, the boss I have is really, really strict and not very nice. Just so y'all know. Okay. So now we have a bunch on tissue paper that we can use. Is it dry? Yep. And we have a bunch on music paper that I need to cut out. I'm just going to cut them out later, because that will be, then they'll be ready. I like these, what do you call those? Stenciled ones. Sorry, lapse of brain. I like the stenciled ones, as well as the stamped ones. I think I might stencil a couple on regular type. That might be what I would like to do. Yeah, well, I just, that boss I have, she's just ornery to just, I don't know. I don't know where she thinks that, that I have all this time to do what she wants me to do. I do not know. I haven't figured that one out yet. Okay, we need some regular book paper. Why do I not have any regular book paper? I had lots of regular book paper. Oh, that's just not what I want. Where is that Shakespeare book? I had some Shakespeare book. Got lots of law book here, but I can't find the Shakespeare book. There's the Shakespeare book. Oh, I guess that's William Wordsworth in that particular spot. Bye, Journey. You have a great evening too, dear. By the way, guys, I really like these dollar store zipper packages. Now, I couldn't get any last time I was at the dollar store, but I mean, I've really stuffed this thing, and I've been picking it up and grabbing it by this, and so far it's holding up. For $1, I was not sure it would, but I really do like those. They seem to work real well. There you go, Deborah. If I her email is always down below in the description box. And Deborah, you do know I work for myself, right? I'm just wanting to make sure that you know that that boss is, she only does what she thinks she needs to do. I just want to be sure. Oh, it's pretty on the page just like that too. I need to stamp more. I really do need to stamp more. Yeah, I work for myself, hon. I actually make glass beads for a living. So when I don't work, I don't get paid. Yes, and we are the toughest bosses out there. That's very true. And I've been doing it now. I think I'm going on about 20 years that I've been doing it now. When I first started, I could have gotten those closer together. When I first started, I did not, I had another job. I did not do it full time. I think I was about 2 years in when I quit my job, which was I was a PA in a behavior room. We had 5 adults for 7 children, and there was a room, it's a rage room, where when those kids got totally out of hand, it had no handle on the inside of the door, and that kind of thing. So that they could be not have to be restrained. They had to go in this room. Yeah, about 20 years I've been doing it now. But I was working in the school system when I finally quit and went to just making beads. Now, I have a husband who actually, takes care of me. My money's always been for Brandon's school. Things that we want but don't really need. Cars is one. My pickup truck I bought with bead money. The RV, that kind of thing. But I've been doing it 20 years to be able to do that. So I just love these on the book paper. I just think they're gorgeous on the book paper. So, but it's also not been the best job to have because as far as non-essential workers, do you know what the top number 1 non-essential worker is in the United States today? Non-essential, mind you. Artists. Artists are non-essential. So, and pretty much every business that and I make beads and I sell them to other designers, so that when the girls that buy from me and the one man that buys from me, when they aren't selling, I don't sell. So it's just one of those. Okay, I think that's enough. Something hot. Okay. All right, now I'm going to clean these because this is a favorite set. Let's just put that up there. Where did my stuff go? Oh, put it away. You'd have thunk I was done. Did you think I was done? I didn't, but that's beside the point. Yes, that's right. Well, and there were a lot of other artists that, artists have trouble making a living. So I've been lucky. I've been very, very lucky. I've worked hard at it too, though, you know. Honestly, for years, I worked 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. Uh, the last few years before we left South Dakota, I don't think Jeff saw me much at all. I ate dinner with him. That was about it. I was running 2 batches of beads a day then. Okay. The other thing about this Stays On cleaner is that it helps to rejuvenate the ink pads, the rubber in them. It's because solvent ink is so hard on them. It kind of rejuvenates them. It moisturizes them. Did I miss somebody Pearl coming in? If Pearl is here and I didn't see her, I apologize. I'm sorry. Janice, I agree with you. I agree with you, but I don't know that. Yeah, that's true. Starving artist. That's true, Linda. Yep. Yep. I agree with you all. Okay, before I can go anywhere else and do anything else, maybe I can get this put away a little bit. I'll just I had one more thing I was going to look at and see about doing. I want to make a garden journal, and this morning when I was trying to find things to do today that I was prepared enough to do, one of the things I want to do is make a little garden journal, and I have the innards of this book. I wanted to see if there are enough pages in here to actually use the pages. I don't want to use pages with pictures on them. I want to pull pages that don't have pictures. This is a book I messed with a while back. It was a Lori Marie Jenkins challenge for December or something, and we made an altered book, and I made a music one. I don't want to use that page, and I don't want to use that page. So I wanted to see if there's enough pages in here that don't have. The only way to find out is to tear them out and look. So since you guys are watching me do boring stuff today, I thought I would do that. Oh, Deborah, I can't imagine trying to do that. Our little town in South Dakota had quite a few murals around town. I think there was 7 or 8 of them. But see this beautiful picture, I don't want to use that in my little journal. So, but I think there's going to be plenty because I've already got half a dozen or so. And I don't know if you watch Southern Gals Designs. Her name is Tiffany. It's not just the watching, it's also the company. That's true, Julie. That's right. It's also the company. Southern Gals Designs. Her name is Tiffany. She just did a little garden journal, and it was so cute the way she did it that I'm kind of gonna do something similar. I just want someplace to write a few little notes about some stuff that we're doing and put some pictures in it. And now book paper is always hard to write on, so what she had done was used I don't have any paper tape, but I have packing paper that's like newsprint. Frostbite is a good way to put it. Hi, Holly. You're late. I'm going to go here pretty soon, I think. But we're glad you're here. Okay, that sculpture says Alexander Calder. He created stables, large stationary sculptures. He was also the originator of the mobile, a sculpture that moves with the aid of air currents. It doesn't say where he was from. Alexander Calder, and it was from 1969. And see, there's some pretty cool pictures in this book, but the paper on its work. Anyways, she had used these. She had used pieces of this paper tape. Well, I have okay, Janice. So he did a mobile in the DC Museum Art Gallery, not Museum Art Gallery. Okay. And I don't have paper tape, but I have plenty of brown paper. This is brown paper, and what I thought I could do is just tear chunks of it and make little places to write with that. I thought it was such a cute idea. I thought I would try it. Okay, so that tells us that Alexander Calder was an artist in the United States, which that description hadn't said anything before that. So well, let's fold up those and see how they look and what we think. Let's get rid of this thing. Are those dry enough? Yeah, I can put them away. Yeah, these 4 wood blocks barely fit in this case. It's kind of odd because usually they made the blocks and the stamps to fit. Each kind, there was multiple kinds of cases, but size of cases, but they all had the same kind of thing. Ramboard sim tape. Is that what I mean? I don't know what Ramboard sim tape is, Julie. It was brown. It's brown. It's old brown packing tape. It was paper packing tape. Very sticky. This you actually have to moisten. What she used, you actually have to moisten. Oh, seam tape. Seam tape. Board seam tape. This was one. It's like a packing tape. Okay, let me get my spool of tape out here so that Like where tape is normally sticky, it's got a glue, and you have to moisten it to make it stick. So I think I could just glue stick some of that brown paper in, and that it would be cute that way. So, and since I'm not going to try to really art or anything on these, it's okay if the type goes the wrong way. It'll be cute with the torn pages at the top. Hirschlorn. Okay, the Hirschlorn Art Gallery. How interesting, Janice. Yeah, like wallpaper tape, but it was, yeah. Try a butcher shop. Hi, Susan. I didn't know you were here. I'm glad you're here. Butcher shop, they would use that kind of tape. Yeah. And honestly, I think there's a spool of it at my mother's house that, she's not going to use, but it's not a big deal. I have plenty of brown paper, so. And if I didn't have brown paper, I have the newsprint kind of packing paper. I have old paper bags. I have lots of envelopes. I could use envelopes. That might be fun to do too. I could just, let me see. Let's find an envelope. And I might even get out some fancy scissors. Or tear it. I might tear it because, Let's see, I can put writing blocks in with my pictures. So as you pull, it's gummed craft paper tape. Thank you, Julie. Gummed craft paper tape. That is what she used. Oh, it always helps to have, yes, but Susan is right. Most of the time when they used that tape, it was in a dispenser, and you just kind of pulled it across the sponge, and then it was moist. So she's been listening for a long time. Well, I'm glad you were here. Google is a wonderful thing. Do you know when I got my new phone, the kid that was helping me get it, I asked him a question. He says, I don't really know the answer to that one. I said, yeah, and there is absolutely no book with these new phones. He said, no, but Google is your friend. And honestly, YouTube is really good to find some kinds of answers about your phone. But, yeah, I mean, that's not what we're talking about. But it doesn't have what she had too, and it would be more like butcher tape, is it didn't have any strings in it. Now I've had, new boxes a lot of times have a paper tape on them, but they have strings in them that make the tape almost impossible to break. When you get a box that's shipped to you. I was kind of surprised they didn't use that kind when they packaged up for us for our move prior to from Nebraska to South Dakota. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of the things I have found lately is that I prefer fewer pages, more signatures. I would rather sew in 3 or 4 signatures with like 8 pages than to have 12 pages in a signature and sew in 2 signatures, because they just seem to lay nicer. Yeah, I don't like that stringy tape. Hi T. Actually, it's just something I am just doing for me. It's not really a new project for us. It's just I need a little journal to put some pictures and some notes in. And I saw Southern Gal Designs, I think is how she says it, do something that I thought, oh, that'll work and that'll be cute. And so I'm just going to kind of put together a little junky journal. I probably won't finish it today because I didn't really even think through a cover. I just grabbed the book to make pages. So oh, Susan, now that sounds okay at U-Haul. Well, see, and U-Haul, what they're dealing with is putting those big boxes together, and that's why they have tape. But T, I am just culling some pages out of a book that has pictures in it, and I don't want to use the pages that have the pictures. So I'm just kind of culling them and seeing if I can make myself something with several signatures in it. Let's see how many pages this is. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need one more in there. I'll have to go to U-Haul now. Jeff will be going, why do you need to go to U-Haul? And I'd be going, I just want to go get some tape. And he'll go, why do you need tape? What I need is a tape drawer. I can't remember which. Is it Julie that has a tape drawer? I think it might be Julie that has a tape drawer. I don't like the way those are coming out of there. I'll go back here where I'm a little more comfortable with how they're pulling out. I need to turn one of my map drawers into a tape drawer. But right now, my map drawers are mostly bead drawers. And since I need to have bead drawers, but it would make it easier to find the tape. I couldn't find my brand new roll of carpet tape the other day. Oh, for those of you who came in later on didn't come in right at first, I want to show you these because I really like this. Julie has glue. Lots. Hi, Mary. Lots and lots of glue. Yep. The other day when we were jelly printing, right at the end, Lisa and I started cleaning our plate with double stick. This is carpet tape. Okay. So it was sticky on this side, and I stuck it down on my jelly plate and just loved it. I kept playing with it. I kept peeling tape off, and okay, but when you do that, this side of the tape is always just a little tacky, And so what I did after I got all finished and we got offline, I took my Mod Podge and I Mod Podged over the top of these tapes. And now they're smooth and they don't stick together. And the little grumbly bits that are on top stay on. They are not going to fall off because they're Mod Podged down. And then, okay, where did I do with it? It's right here somewhere. I used a piece in my journal page today, and isn't it fun? I just peeled the back off and stuck it down, and you can see the book paper through it, which I really like. Mary, I have not seen Arlene in today's stream, but I don't normally see Arlene in my streams. You didn't want to do it, but you did it. You cut lots and lots of strips. Well, that's very good for you. So, no, Mary, I have not seen her today. And frankly, I missed Mary's stream Friday because, well, Julie, you know, you don't have to use security envelopes. You could use a piece of scrapbook paper or a piece of plain white paper in there, that kind of thing. Okay, Mary. Does she have you messaged her before? I'm just curious, Mary. Have you messaged her in the past? Because if not, and it's a new message stream, it might be in that silly message requests box that is always a pain in the keister. Okay, you have. All right. Yeah, and I haven't been actually on Facebook for 3 days actually. I have, you know, barely been on there, just maybe once, and I haven't been to the group page at all or anything. Oh, isn't that a fabulous picture? By the time we got done with Mama's sink Friday, nothing else got done. And then by the time we got in from working on the garden bed yesterday, we were both totally exhausted, and I was just absolutely brain dead. And then I had some phone calls to make because I hadn't spoken to my sister, and I needed to check on Mom. Just stuff just hasn't gotten done the last couple of days. There's going to be enough left to make 6 more of these. Yes, Mary, we are going to start our napkin journal. It is going to start on my page, on my channel, but we are going to be working starting Tuesday. We are going to start at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Central Time. So Tuesday and Thursday both, we will be starting at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and this week is on my channel. Lisa, however, put up an information video. Lisa, are you still here? Could you grab that link for everybody? The information video. I have wood glue as well. I don't. Lisa's going to grab a link for the, yes, Central Time, Mary. Lisa's going to grab a link for the information video. I will show you my pages and what I'm going to be using as a background. Give me 1 second to pull it up. Pull one up. Where did my page go? Right here. And on Tuesday at noon, you will still wonder, even though I've told you a couple of times. But yes, Central Time, 2 o'clock. I need more mornings to be able to work. I just have to work more. That's all there is to it. Lisa just put a link up to the information video, guys. So if you haven't watched it, she and I are both going to use individual pages to work on, and we are not going to do the back side. I will probably do the back side of my back cover the way Lisa did hers. Lisa is using, and you can watch the video, she's using one big page. I am making my strange newspapery looking book page stuff. But we're working on individual sheets, not in a book, because this way we can Mod Podge down multiple layers, napkins, and then I can go back in because, like I said, I think one of the things I want to do, let me see if I can find it. I've lost it. Oh, they're right here somewhere. How could they have done? Oh, I turned around and put them behind me. Give me 1 second and I'll find it. I cut one out so that we could see. And of course, it's just nowhere to be found. Just. Well, what I'm trying to say is that one of the plans is that I might be going to use, like, cut out little images on top of this. So today I spent some time stamping and doing that kind of thing, because while this is cool, it's not finished. You know, it doesn't have a great focal point or that kind of thing. And Julie, as far as wood glue, I don't know about wood glue. Wood glue does not always dry clear. I do not. There's. I don't know. The only way to know is to try it. So. Susan's going to change her alarm. Okay. But you know, Julie, I would just try it. I don't know if wood glue is PVA glue. And see, the reason that the Elmer's glue all works is it's the same basic thing as PVA glue. Well, you know, try it with some book paper that you don't need and see what happens with it. So that is the generalized plan for oh, Mary, both Lisa and I are using cardstock. Lisa, I imagine her video tells you what she's using. This is a lightweight card. It's something that I got very inexpensively at the printer supply place that I get stuff from. Okay, so this is just like woggly. Not very. Yoo-hoo craft glue, you're not talking about a stick. I know that people use the Yoo-hoo sticks. I just don't like them. Okay, so when I glue my book pages on, you see it gets much stiffer. Okay, so see, but then you go and you get your napkin on, which is another layer, and it gets even stiffer. So you don't need much in the way of this. This does not need to be very heavy if you're going to go through all of these layers. And I think Lisa is using a similar, okay, there you go. Lisa's using, that's right, I forgot. She had some 100-pound Bristol paper. And it's a little heavier than this, which is going to work just fine. Now, what we're going to do is put these books together the same way we have put several books together, the scrappy books with that single sheet binding that I've done. It's also called a slip knot binding. So when we get done, we'll be binding these together into a book. I'm trying to think of what else. Lisa used Bristol paper. Mixed media paper would work beautifully because it's just a little heavier than copy paper kind of thing. Let's see how heavy this is. I have no idea what weight this is because it doesn't, I don't think it says. This is mixed media paper. Okay, this mixed media paper is heavier than this cardstock. You could use a cereal box. You most certainly could use a cereal box. You could use any kind of box that you want. Now, Lisa's pages are an inch smaller than mine. Lisa's pages are 7 tall by 7.5 wide. Mine are 8 tall by 8.5 wide. So, but Susan is absolutely right. You could use cereal box and Teresa, the biggest issue would be what the back looks like, and Lisa and I are not going to do our backs. If you did your back, it would even matter less, but if you don't care what color the back is, then that doesn't matter either. I just happen to have this creamy colored stuff. That's just the deal. I've got it, and it was handy when I started this project. What was I going to say? If it were bright red, it might show through. The other thing is that colored cardstock might bleed with well, that's all right if you're on the second page. Mary, that's absolutely fine. I've got lots of projects started that haven't gotten finished. We got the rest of our lifetimes to finish them, so yeah. The big concern I would have, Teresa, is that some cardstocks, when you put Mod Podge or liquid glue on them, they will bleed. So that'd be the one consideration I would have with it. What I would do, Teresa, is grab whatever color you want because, do you care what color the back is? But test the cardstock to see if it bleeds because some cardstock will not bleed. That's one of the things that Stampin' Up! Hollers and yells about is that their cardstock doesn't bleed. And some just doesn't anymore, but that would be the thing. There you go. Holly's still on the first crunchy book. So there you go. Julie didn't even start one. Not every project is for everybody. I mean, that's the case. That's true with many of us. Well, then, Teresa, the only way to find out is to get a little bit of it wet. Try sticking down a piece of book paper to a piece of it and see what happens. And I might steer away from red. A friend of ours has like a weather station thing, and he said yesterday here the heat index was in the 100, and I think he said 111. It was over 110, so it was in the double digits, over 100. So yeah, Julie, and I do have, Mom saves hers for me too, you know, so that's part of it. We don't get as many as we used to, but I've also been collecting for a long time. Ever since we got back in this house and I started playing again, I've been collecting those envelopes. So, you know, I have them because I've collected them too. I mean, Jeffrey brought me 2 or 3 in the other day. And the federal government still sends out stuff in envelopes. Jeff's a vet, so he gets stuff from the VA. Our insurance company uses them. So, you know, that's where I get mine from. And then, like I said, Mom gets some too. So, yes, the bank envelopes have names inside of them. I don't save those. Yes. Honestly, Susan, you might get away with just a single sheet of copy paper by the time you add all the book paper and then the napkin and all of that. I mean, a single sheet of copy paper might work. I just don't know. Mary, it's been doing that a lot here lately too. But yeah, Julie, the bank envelopes are no good. I don't keep them. Um, at least I don't think that there's any of the banks that have them. And we don't get much from the bank because we don't get paper statements or anything like that anymore. I would say more of my envelopes come as junk mail. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What do we think? Do we think 3 signatures will be enough? Probably. Oh yeah, for the other side, they might be. Yeah, I think a lot of people are excited about the napkin journal. So, Mary, I was seeing if there was enough papers. This book has some really pretty pictures in it. And I took the cover for another project ages ago. I've used pieces out of it, picture-wise. I've used music stuffs out of it. But see, it had some really nice pictures in it. And I didn't know if I would end up with enough pages that did not have pictures on them to make a little journal. I want to make a little garden type journal, just to put some little pictures in and put some little notes on. So that's what I'm going to work on. But I'm getting ready to go because I'm really tired and my body's tired. And I'm just reading chat. Oh, that's a good idea, Julie, though, to use the blank ones when you wanted plain white stuff. Yeah. When you want to have white on one side. I'm waiting for the answer to this question. Yeah, Mary, I'm not going to. I'm gonna get off of here. Okay, so as a reminder, Lisa and I will be starting our 2 o'clocks. I don't know. How I ran out of Mod Podge? Yes, I ran out of Mod Podge. I'm not out. I just haven't got any in this bottle. What I need is a couple of these bottles so that I can have one I'm using and one that's ready to go. So I don't ever have that problem. But I just didn't, it's, like I said, I thought about it Thursday when we were on, and then I didn't have. I was gone all day Friday. I was outside most of. You'll be waiting at noon, Susan. I know. Oh, okay. That I did not answer, Lisa. That's a really good question. I've got an unstable connection, so I don't know if you guys are hearing me. I do not know yet what I'm going to do about napkins. Let me show you what I did on this one page, just so you have an idea. Because I have napkins to show. We're also going to be using tissue paper, and if you watch Lisa's video, she gives you a really good idea of what we're using. Oh shoot, maybe I don't have them. Okay, yeah. Okay, there's that one. No, that's not the right. There it is. Okay. Okay, so on this page, and this was a test page because I needed to see if this background I'm using was too busy. On this page, I used 2 different napkins, okay? I used part of this napkin. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. So I used a big part of this napkin. And then I took a piece of this napkin and I put it underneath. I'm buffering on and off. Okay, thank you, Teresa, because it's fine now, but it did say I had an unstable connection. That's been happening lately. I think it's the weather. So I don't know. I might use a piece. I have no idea where I'm going to go as far as what I'm going to do with this. One of the reasons I wanted separate pages, if I get one that I really don't like, I will cut it up to do something else with. I have a big old box full of napkins. I pulled out 2 or 3 of each napkin just in case I think that I see, okay, so in this one, okay, maybe I only want to use this butterfly on a page, right? So I will, water brush out those. Now, I will tell you, a water brush is a really good thing to have when you're taking napkins apart. Okay, if you don't have a water brush, a little dish of water with a paintbrush really helps. So if I decide I want to, but I did pull 2 or 3 of each kind. Let me see if I can pull another one. Okay, because this one has a really pretty bird on it. And might just pull this bird off of there and put it with another napkin. But I don't know what I'm going to do. Water brush, easy peasy. Decoupage tissue paper, yes. Okay, Teresa, these two actually came from Dollar Tree. They were Dollar Tree napkins. And I don't know, this one might be one Lisa sent to me. But I have some like that from Dollar Tree. But I might be going to use just one little element out of a napkin. And see, this one's not going to make a good page because it's 4 pieces of the same thing. So if I use it, it'll have to be used like in this corner kind of situation, where it's used kind of like that. So these are seasonal. Teresa, these are the ones that come up in the seasonal section, not in the birthday line section. The spray of white flowers in the middle is pretty. Oh yes, it was very pretty on that bird one. And this bird one might make a whole page all by its little lonesome. I don't know, because let's see how big it is. Yeah, because I could probably pull this like that and make a page. You know, so now the other thing though is this has a blue background. So that's going to kind of affect what happens with the page. So that one's not folding right. Why is it not folding? Oh, I see what it did. That's as bad as a map. You can't get them folded back up. And I have, I have different kinds that I have pulled out too. That's another thing about the napkin. And like I said, we were talking about using tissue paper too, because Barbara just sent me this piece of beautiful, where did my butterfly tissue paper go? It's gone. It's hiding. Okay. This beautiful butterfly tissue paper is gorgeous. And I will probably use some of it on some of the pages. I actually have some black and white napkins that I didn't pull out that I may go pull out, because it would be really pretty to put these over black and white. So that's a tissue paper. Like I said, Lisa did a really nice video, so you'll want to try that. This is another tissue paper I haven't even taken out of the package to see. But, so I can't tell you exactly because I don't know in honesty to what the... Oh. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. I will see you Tuesday, 2 o'clock. It's not 4, 2. 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Okay, I love y'all. You have a great evening, wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you. See you Tuesday.